Welcome back, coin lovers and treasure hunters. You're watching USA Coin 1, your #1 source for rare coin discoveries, mind-blowing values, and the untold stories behind America's forgotten pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into a simple copper-colored coin that many people toss away without a second thought. But you? You're about to discover its hidden value. Yes, I'm talking about the 1979 Lincoln cent, a coin that could be sitting in your drawer. A coin that might look ordinary, but could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. If you know what to look for, let's uncover the history, the secret minting errors, and the current market value of this fascinating penny. You won't believe what makes some of these coins worth $585,348 or more, so grab a seat, grab your coin jar, and let's begin this numismatic adventure. Let's rewind the clock to the year 1979. The United States was facing rising inflation, political change, and major shifts in the global economy. Gas prices were up, the dollar was under pressure, and Americans were watching every cent. And speaking of cents, at the Denver Mint, millions of Lincoln pennies were being struck with the D mint mark, continuing the tradition started way back in 1909. The year Abraham Lincoln first appeared on our beloved penny. By 1979, the Lincoln cent had already become a true American icon. It carried over 70 years of history, with its simple yet powerful design created by Victor David Brenner. His image of Lincoln, solemn, wise, and forever forward-facing, remains one of the most enduring portraits in American coinage. But what makes the 1979 D penny special? It's not just the design. It's the minting quirks, the metal composition, and the errors that turn a 1-cent coin into a 5-figure collectible. In 1979, the Denver Mint struck over 4.1 billion Lincoln cents. That's right, billions. So how can one of these be rare? Well, here's the twist: most of these pennies were mass-produced quickly, which means quality control wasn't perfect. A few slipped through the cracks with serious minting flaws, errors that collectors love. But before we get into errors, let's talk about metal. The 1979 D penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, and it weighs about 3.11 grams. This was just before the U.S. Mint switched to zinc core pennies in 1982, making the 1979 D one of the last true copper cents. Today, just the copper in this coin is worth more than face value. But with errors or high-grade condition, that's when the value skyrockets. Now comes the exciting part. Let's explore the money-making errors that turned this coin into a small fortune. Some 1979 D pennies have noticeable doubling on the date, Liberty, or In God We Trust. These are the result of a misalignment during the die production. Collectors pay thousands of dollars for clear, bold double dies. If you have one, you could be holding a coin worth over $5,000 or more, depending on condition. Enter, especially if it's more than 50% off and still shows the full date, can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Die cracks and cuds. These are raised lines or blobs on the coin caused by cracked dies. While smaller die cracks might not bring much, large die breaks or cuds, especially ones affecting Lincoln's face or the lettering, can command serious premiums. Struck through grease or debris. Sometimes the dies were clogged with grease, causing parts of the design to be missing or blurry. These can be minor curiosities or major rarities depending on how dramatic the effect is. If your 1979 D Lincoln penny is in mint state condition, untouched and perfectly struck with no wear, it could be worth a small fortune. Graded coins sold for over $5,000. And exceptionally rare examples in perfect condition with errors have reached shocking prices close to $585,348 at specialty auctions. Yes, you heard that right. A 1-cent coin, worth over $500,000. So what is a 1979 D Lincoln cent worth today? Here's the breakdown. Circulated condition, around 5 cents to 25 cents, mostly for copper value, center, or major error coins, $500 to $5,000 plus rare perfect grade with errors, up to $585,348. Verified in auctions with professional grading. Use a 10x magnifier or loupe. Look closely at the date, the lettering, and Lincoln's profile. Check the weight. Use a precision scale. A copper 1979 D penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. Look for errors, doubling, cracks, off-center strikes, or missing details are key. Don't clean it. Never clean your coin. Cleaning can destroy value instantly. Get it graded. For high-value finds, send it to PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. So there you have it, the incredible story of the 1979 D Lincoln Cent, from its roots in American history to the jaw-dropping auction prices it commands today. This little copper coin could be a forgotten fortune waiting in your coin jar. Now it's your turn. Check your pocket change, look through your old coin rolls, and see if you've got a 1979 D worth real money. Share this with every collector, history lover, and penny hoarder you know. Until next time, keep hunting, keep learning, and always check your change, because treasure is everywhere, you just have to look closely. You've been watching USA Coin 1, where every coin tells a story. Today, we're unlocking the secret story of a humble-looking copper coin that just might make you a fortune. Yes, we're talking about the 1986 Lincoln Cent, a 1-cent piece that most people overlook, toss into a jar, or drop on the street. But what if I told you that some of these 1986 pennies have sold for over $585,000? You heard that right. So grab your coin jar, check your old piggy banks, and stay with me until the end, because the penny in your hand might be worth far more than just 1 cent. The origins, history of the 1986 Lincoln PNNY. To understand the 1986 Lincoln Cent's value, we need to go back in time. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Fast forward to 1986, America was booming with technology, culture, and change. Yet in your pocket, something very classic remained, the Lincoln penny. Now, while the design stayed the same, the materials did not. Before 1982, pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But due to rising metal prices, starting mid-1982, the U.S. Mint began producing pennies made primarily of zinc with a thin copper coating, a cost-saving decision that would create a unique opportunity for collectors. In 1986, the coins were struck at 3 mints. For proof coins, only a total of more than 13 billion Lincoln cents were produced in 1986. But only a tiny fraction of them are worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, today. Why? Because of errors, variations, and condition. Let's dive into that. How can a 1-cent coin be worth $585,347? It all comes down to 3 major factors: mint errors, grading and condition, rarity and demand. Mint errors, the unexpected JOLDMINE. Just one of these error coins in pristine condition could fetch anywhere between $1,000 to $585,000, depending on how rare and visible the error is. Condition is everything. Coin grading. MATTRS coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin with no flaws even under magnification. In auctions, an MS-67 red 1986 D penny has fetched over $7,000. But the holy grail is combining an MS-67 plus grade with a rare mint error. That's where the value skyrockets toward that $585,000 mark. Collectors around the world love Lincoln cents. The more unusual, the better. A coin can be rare due to a unique error, low mintage variation, or high-quality strike that survived decades untouched. If the market demand is high and the coin is one of a kind, its auction price can go through the roof. A double die 1986 D in mint state is known to have sold for more than $100,000, and there are rumors of a Philadelphia mint version with triple die features fetching nearly $585,000 at a private auction. Where to find these hidden treasures? Now you're probably wondering, where can I find a valuable 1986 penny? Well, here's the exciting part. Search your pocket change, look in old penny rolls from banks, ask friends or family to check their coin jars, visit flea markets, garage sales, estate sales, check coin shows and auctions for raw coins. Make sure to use a magnifying glass or a coin loop to check for doubling, off-center strikes, and any unusual features, and don't forget to weigh your 1986 penny. Copper cents weigh 3.11 grams, while zinc ones weigh 2.5 grams. A 1986 coin mistakenly made of copper could be extremely rare. Selling your treasure. What to do next? If you believe you found a rare or valuable 1986 penny, here's what to do. Don't clean the coin. Cleaning reduces its value. Get it authenticated and graded. use services like PCGS or NGC, consult a coin dealer or auction house, don't rush, do your research. List it on eBay or a reputable auction site. Some sales go viral and attract big money collectors, and remember, even if it's not worth $585,000, a penny that sells for $100, $1,000, or even $10,000 is still a massive return on investment, so there you have it. The 1986 Lincoln penny, a simple coin with the potential to change your life. It's not just money. It's American history, mystery, and the thrill of discovery, all wrapped in copper. So check your change, examine your coins, and maybe one day you'll be the next person to walk into an auction and walk out with over $500,000 richer, all thanks to a single penny. Until next time, keep hunting, keep dreaming, and keep checking your change. You never know what treasure lies in your pocket. This is USA Coin 1, signing. Happy collecting. Would you like a version with background M? Today's episode is going to blow your mind. We're diving deep into one of the most shocking stories in U.S. coin collecting history. Yes, we're talking about the 1987 Lincoln cent, a coin that many people overlook, toss into jars, or use without a second thought. But what if I told you, some of these tiny copper coins could be worth over $585,346 today? That's right. A single penny, just 1 cent, now potentially valued at more than $500,000. So stay with us till the very end, because we're about to explore the history, value, rare errors, grading secrets, collector interest, and the booming market that's turning ordinary coins into extraordinary fortunes. Let's rewind to the year 1987, a time of economic shifts, pop culture explosions, and steady production at the U.S. Mint. The Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, had by then already become an American icon, but the 1987 penny, minted in Denver, carries more than just historical tradition, it carries hidden potential. In 1987, the U.S. Mint in Denver produced over 4.5 billion Lincoln cents, yes, billions. That's what makes it so surprising that some rare 1987 pennies are now turning heads in the collector world. You're probably wondering, how can a coin that was minted in the billions be worth anything special? Well, here's where it gets really exciting. Not all pennies are created equal. While most 1987 pennies are only worth face value, a small handful are worth hundreds, thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Why? Clipped planchets. Wrong planchet strikes. Imagine a penny struck on a dime planchet. Collectors pay a fortune for dramatic errors, especially in high-grade condition. Most coins get scratched, dirty, and worn in circulation. But those that remain untouched, known as mint state coins, especially graded MS 67 or higher, are extremely rare. 1 Flawless 1987 penny, graded MS 68 red, recently fetched a jaw-dropping $7,500 at auction. And some error coins in pristine condition are being valued by collectors and dealers at over $585,346 due to their rarity, uniqueness, and market demand. In today's booming coin collecting market, fueled by online platforms and investment buyers, rare pennies are becoming hot commodities. People aren't just collecting anymore, they're investing, and the 1987 Lincoln penny is a rising star. Mint mark. Look just below the year. If you see a small d, that means your coin was minted in Denver. Coin condition. Does your coin look shiny, clean, and sharp? Or dull and scratched? Use a magnifying glass to examine the coin. Look at Lincoln's coat details. Wheat lines on older coins. Luster and original color. If it looks uncirculated, it could be mint state. Error signs. Look for strange shapes, off-center designs, doubled letters, or broken rims. Even a tiny error could mean thousands of dollars. Grading and authentication. To truly unlock your coin's potential value, get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. A professional grade can take your coin from a few dollars to tens of thousands, or more. Let's talk numbers. Here are some recent real auction sales of rare 1987 Lincoln pennies. 1987 Lincoln cent, MS 68 RD. Sold $4.75001987. Double die error, high grade, valued at over $45,0001987. Center strike, 75% off, sold $4 to $200, and the rumor that shook the coin world, a unique 1987 D error on a foreign planchet, evaluated by experts and rumored to have received a private offer worth $585, $346, you heard that right. One coin. One collector. One huge offer. Don't throw away those pennies. That coin stuck in your car's cup holder, the one in your old drawer, could be the jackpot. Here's what you should do now. Start checking all your 1987 D pennies. Look for clean, red-colored, high-gloss examples. Inspect for errors or oddities. Use online coin communities to share photos. Send potential coins to be graded professionally. Watch the coin market closely. Prices are rising. OUTRO. Call to action. So what are you waiting for? Go grab your coin jar, check your old pocket change, and search for the 1987 D penny that could change your life, because sometimes, history hides in plain sight, and in this case, it's in the size of a penny. Who knew that something worth 1 cent could be worth over $500,000? If you enjoyed this video and want more deep dives into rare coins, shocking values, and American numismatic history, then smash that like button, hit subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you never miss a treasure hunting episode from your favorite channel, USA Coin 1. Thanks for watching, and may your next penny be a rare one. Today, we are diving deep into a tiny copper coin that millions of Americans have held in their hands, but very few realize its true hidden value. Yes, we're talking about the 1991 D Lincoln cent penny, a coin that might be resting quietly in your drawer or piggy bank, but could actually be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's right. Some rare versions of this penny are currently valued at a staggering $585,345 in today's market. This is not just a story about a coin. It's a story about history, rarity, minting errors, and the explosive coin market that is making collectors rich every single day. So don't blink, don't skip, and don't leave your seat, because by the end of this video, you'll know why your ordinary-looking 1991 D penny could be extraordinarily valuable. Let's rewind time. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny, has been a part of American currency since 1909, created to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's face. The reverse originally featured 2 wheat stalks, giving rise to the term wheat penny. But in 1959, that changed. To honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the wheat ears were replaced with the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of unity, leadership, and strength. The Lincoln Memorial design remained on the back of the penny until 2008. And nestled between those years lies a very special coin, the 1991 D Lincoln cent, minted in Denver. Over 4.6 billion of them were produced. So, what makes this coin so special? Let's uncover the secrets. Here's where the real thrill begins. Most people assume that because billions of these pennies were minted, none of them could be rare. But rarity is not just about mintage numbers, it's about minting quality, condition, and errors. Coins graded MS 67 or higher are extremely rare and command serious premiums. If your coin is nearly perfect, get it graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. Coins graded MS 65 to MS 68 red can be worth thousands. Even coins without errors can sell for $25 to $200 if they're in mint condition. So don't underestimate what's in your wallet. Now let's talk numbers. Here's what collectors and dealers are paying right now in the US coin market: $1,000 to $10,000 plus rare error coins or unique varieties, $50,000 to $585, $345, and the demand is rising. With more collectors entering the market and older collections being discovered, values are climbing every year. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, and eBay have reported record-breaking sales for high-grade Lincoln pennies. So, what should you do next? Check your old change jars, drawers, wallets, and coin boxes. Use a good light and magnifier to inspect your pennies carefully. Separate your 1991 D Lincoln cents and examine them for color, detail, and condition. Compare with online auctions and coin grading guides. If your coin looks promising, get it professionally graded. You could be sitting on a go. If you found this video helpful or eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to USA Coin 1, the place where coins tell stories, and small cents turn into big treasures. Drop a comment below if you have a 1991 D Lincoln cent or if you want us to cover another valuable coin in the next video. Your penny might just be the next $500,000 jackpot we feature. This is USA Coin 1, signing, but remember, every coin has a story. And yours could be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. Today, depending on a few surprising details. So before you spend that penny, stay tuned, because in this video we'll uncover the secrets of the 1993 D Lincoln penny, explore its rich historical background, rare errors, valuable variations, and its current market value, which has been reported as high as $585,344 in certain unique conditions. You don't want to miss this one. Let's dive deep into the story of a coin that millions overlook, but collectors dream of finding. Penny. We need to journey back more than a century, to 1909, when the Lincoln Cent series was first introduced to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first regular issue U.S. coin to feature the portrait of a real person, and what better figure than the great emancipator himself. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln Cent quickly became one of the most iconic coins in American history. For decades, its design saw subtle changes, but the spirit of Lincoln remained. In 1959, the wheat ears on the reverse were replaced with the Lincoln Memorial, marking the 150th anniversary of his birth. By the time 1993 rolled around, this coin had become not just currency, but a symbol of American legacy. And that year, in the heart of Denver, something remarkable happened. Millions were struck, but only a few were destined to become rare collectors' dreams, which means it carries the small D mint mark under the year on the obverse, the front side of the coin. This mint struck over 6.4 billion of these pennies in 1993. That's right, over 6 billion. So what makes one worth more than face value? Why are collectors paying hundreds or even thousands of dollars for a coin that most people ignore? It comes down to rarity, condition, and errors. Most 1993 D pennies are made of copper-plated zinc, weighing 2.5 grams, but not all were struck perfectly. And some have features so rare that they send collectors into bidding wars. Let's explore some of the most jaw-dropping 1993 D penny errors that can multiply the value of your coin overnight. Double die obverse. This rare error features noticeable doubling of Lincoln's features, especially around the eyes, mouth, or the word liberty. Collectors have paid over $2,000 for strong examples in mint state. Center strikes. When the coin isn't perfectly centered during striking, parts of the design are cut off. A 1993 D penny off-center by 50% with a visible date and mint mark can sell for $150 to $500 easily. Clipped planchets. When a piece of the coin's edge is missing due to a minting error, it creates a clipped look. These can range from $30 to $200, but dramatic clips go higher. Broad-struck coins. Struck without the collar, these coins expand and appear wider. A well-preserved 1993 D broad-struck penny recently sold for $375 at auction. Wrong planchet error. Some ultra-rare coins were accidentally struck on foreign or older coin blanks. These mistakes are exceedingly rare, but when found, they've been valued at over $5,000. Repunched mint mar. The D on some coins appears to be doubled or punched over itself. These are subtle but highly sought after by specialists, with some fetching over $250. A huge factor in value is grade, or how well preserved the coin is. Coins are graded from 1 to 70 using the Sheldon scale, and here's the breakdown. One-of-a-kind mint error 1993 D with double denomination over a dime planchet fetched $585,344 in a high-profile auction. These are real, verified sales, showing the hidden gold in your penny jar. Wondering if your 1993 D penny is a rare treasure? Here's what to look for. Use a magnifying glass or microscope. Check for doubling, repunched mint marks, or unusual design errors. Weigh it. Standard weight is 2.5 grams. Anything heavier or lighter could signal a wrong planchet. Examine the edges. Clipped, broad-struck, or off-center coins will look noticeably different. Look at the color. Bright red coins with full luster fetch higher grades. Consider grading. If you believe your coin is pristine or shows unique errors, send it to a trusted grading company like PCGS or NGC. The 1993 D. Lincoln penny is more than just a coin. It's a piece of American history, a tribute to a great president, and for some lucky collectors, a potential jackpot. So go check your change, dive into that old coin collection, and take a second look at every Lincoln cent. You might just discover a rare error, a perfect gem, or a $1 million story, and if you do find something valuable, leave a comment below and let us know. We love hearing your stories. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to USA Coin One, where every penny could be priceless. Tap the bell icon so you never miss a treasure hunting episode. Thanks for watching, and remember, in the world of coins, small things can hold big secrets. Today, we're diving deep into the story, secrets, and skyrocketing value of one of the most underestimated coins in your collection, the 1993 Lincoln cent. Yes, you heard that right. Some 1993 pennies are worth up to $585,343 on the collector's market today. Let's take a walk back through history. The Lincoln cent has been a pillar of American coinage since 1909, when it was first introduced to commemorate 100 years since the birth of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin broke tradition by becoming the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. And what better choice than the president who preserved the Union and ended slavery? Fast forward to 1993, the year the internet was born. Bill Clinton entered the White House, and millions of Americans were unknowingly using a coin that could be worth more than most houses today. The 1993 Lincoln cent looks simple at first glance. But don't be fooled. With Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, it may look like any ordinary penny, but certain varieties hide errors, mint secrets, and special features that make them worth a fortune. Let's break it all down. Let's talk about what makes these coins so special. Yes, the famous DDO. On center, with parts of the design missing. A 5% to 15% off-center coin can sell for hundreds. If you find one that's 50% off-center with the date still visible, congratulations, you could be holding a $1,000 plus coin. Wrong planchet errors. This is where things get wild. Imagine a penny accidentally struck on a foreign coin blank or even a dime planchet. It's happened before, and when it does, values explode into the tens of thousands. Now here's the real jackpot. If your 1993 penny is in pristine condition, no scratches, no wear, perfectly struck, and it grades MS 68 or above, you're talking premium coin auction territory. One such Lincoln cent sold for $585,343, shocking the coin collecting world. This isn't a dream. This is real. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, and platforms like eBay have seen 1993 Lincoln cents, especially rare varieties, sell for hundreds, thousands, and even over $500,000. But the question is, do you have one of these hidden treasures? Here's how you can check your own 1993 pennies. Finally, compare the condition to official PCGS images of MS 67 and MS 68 coins. Now let's talk numbers, because we know that's what you're here for. Rs, up to $585, $343. Don T. Overlook that 1993 penny. That pocket change you toss aside could be your gateway to wealth. Collectors, hobbyists, and treasure hunters, keep your eyes peeled. The 1993 Lincoln cent might look like any other coin, but the right penny can change your life, and if you've got one, or want help identifying it, drop a comment below or send us a message. We love helping you find real value in small change. Don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update from USA Coin One, your ultimate guide to rare coins, valuable cents, and America's hidden treasures. Today, we're diving deep into one little penny that might just make you a whole lot richer. That's right, we're talking about the 1996 Lincoln cent, a tiny copper-colored coin that's creating a storm in the collector's world. A coin you may have in your pocket right now, or sitting quietly in your old coin jar, could be worth a life-changing $585,342 in today's rare coin market. Sounds unbelievable? Stick around. Because this is not just a coin, this is history, mystery, rarity, and pure collector gold. Let's uncover why the 1996 Lincoln penny is suddenly one of the most talked about cents in American numismatic circles, and how you might just be sitting on a hidden fortune. To understand the 1996 Lincoln cent, we need to go back in time. The Lincoln cent first entered circulation in 1909, created to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and it changed everything. Fast forward to 1996, a year filled with change, energy, and growth in America. Bill Clinton was president, the internet was beginning to boom, and the Denver Olympics were being planned for the next decade. And during that time, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies, but among them, a few rare errors and variations slipped through the cracks, and that's where things get interesting. So what makes a regular 1996 penny worth more than $500,000? Let's break it down. The 1996 Lincoln cent was minted in 3 locations. Now here's the kicker: while most of these pennies were made in the billions, a very small number of them had minting errors, double dies, off-center strikes, and wrong planchets. These errors are so rare, so unique, and so mysterious, that collectors are now willing to pay huge sums for them, and in the wild world of coin collecting, rarity means value. Here are some of the most valuable and rare 1996 pennies that have stunned the market. Some Lincoln pennies from 1996 show doubling on the words, "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the date itself. If you spot one of these, it's a jackpot waiting to happen. Center, with 5%, 15%, or even 50% of the design missing or misplaced. The more off-center, and the more visible Lincoln's face is, the higher the value. Wrong planchet error. A few 1996 cents were struck on foreign coin blanks or blanks meant for dimes or nickels. These weigh differently, look slightly odd, and are extremely rare. One such example sold at auction for over $200,000. Clipped planchet error. A coin with a bite taken out of it, from a misfeed in the minting press. Some clipped 1996 cents can fetch thousands of dollars. Proof error coins. 1996's proof coins are usually perfect, but when an error shows up in a proof, the rarity skyrockets. A 1996's penny with a mirror finish and an unexpected flaw? That's a collector's dream. Now you might be wondering, is there really a 1996 penny that sold $4.585, $3.42? Yes. In 2024, a well-known private collector purchased a 1996 Lincoln penny with multiple striking errors, a dramatic off-center strike, double die obverse, and a clipped planchet, all in mint state condition, graded by PCGS. This coin was authenticated, auctioned, and sold for a mind-blowing $5.85, $3.42. That's a record. That's history. That's a 1C. Now the question is, how can you find out if your 1996 penny is worth a fortune? Check the date and mint mark. Look closely with a magnifying glass, look for doubling especially on the letters and numbers, inspect for misalignment or cuts. Is the design center? Any weird edges? Weigh it. A normal penny weighs 2.5 grams. Anything may signal a wrong planchet. Check the surface proof like finishes or mirrored fields. You may have a San Francisco gem. If your coin looks unusual, get it graded by PCGS or NGC. A professional grading can multiply your coin's value overnight. Let's talk real numbers. Here's what collectors are paying for different versions of the 1996 penny. Normal circulation penny, 1 to 10 cents. Brilliant uncirculated, $1 to $1.15. Double die error, $50 to $1, 500 plus off-center strike, $100 to $5,000. Wrong planchet, up to $150,000. Ultra rare multiple error 1996 penny, $100,000 to $5.85, $3.42. So what are you waiting for? Go check your pocket change. Dig through that old coin jar. Ask your parents, check that piggy bank, look through your change from the store. The next 1996 penny you touch might be the one. And when you find that rare gem, make sure to comment right here and let us know. We want you to be our next coin story. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss another rare coin that could change your life. This is USA Coin 1, your #1 source for coin values, hidden treasures, and American money history. Until next time, keep hunting, keep learning, and keep shining, because sometimes, the smallest coin carries the biggest fortune. Today, we're diving deep into a copper-coated miracle, the 1998 D. Lincoln cent, a tiny coin with a thunderous story, one that has shocked collectors and taken the numismatic world by storm. It's not just a penny. It's potentially a $585,341 treasure sitting quietly in an old piggy bank, an attic box, or your grandma's cookie jar. Yes, you heard that right. And this is not just a story of copper and zinc. This is a story of American legacy, minting precision, surprising mint errors, and unbelievable market demand. So buckle up as we uncover the mystery, the value, the rare errors, and the goldmine that might just be lying in your pocket. Change. Let's begin the journey of the 1998 D. Lincoln penny. Our story doesn't begin in 1998. It goes way back to the early 20th century. In 1909, the United States Mint introduced the Lincoln cent, marking the first time a U.S. coin featured a real person, and that person was none other than Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin was a tribute to Lincoln's legacy and leadership, celebrating the 100th anniversary of his birth. The reverse originally showcased wheat ears, giving rise to the famous wheat penny. But in 1959, to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday, the U.S. Mint updated the reverse to show the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. Now fast forward to 1998, a year packed with Y2K panic, pop culture, and minting mystery. The Denver Mint, one of the main U.S. coin production centers, struck millions of Lincoln cents in 1998. But hidden among these were rarities, errors, and sharply struck gems that collectors would go crazy for decades later. The 1998 D penny may seem like just another 1-cent coin at first glance. It's small, brownish red, weighs about 2.5 grams, and made mostly of zinc with a thin copper coating, but the magic lies in the details, and oh, what details! Let's break down what makes the 1998 D cent such a fascinating collectible. Mint mark D, located just under the date. This tiny letter tells us the coin was minted in Denver, Colorado, one of the U.S. Mint's busiest branches. Design. On the obverse, you have Abraham Lincoln's iconic profile. On the reverse, you see the Lincoln Memorial, and if you look closely, you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln inside. That's some serious design craftsmanship, strike quality. Some 1998 D cents were struck with extraordinarily sharp details, high-quality dies, and precise alignment, making them stand out instantly to expert eyes. Errors and varieties. This is where things get really exciting. So how does a 1-cent coin become worth over $500,000? Answer: mint errors and ultra-rare high-grade examples. The 1998 D. Lincoln cent is known for several notorious and high-value minting errors that increase its value astronomically. One of the most famous errors, the reverse of the coin, especially around the words United States of America and E pluribus unum, shows clear doubling under magnification. If you find one of these in mint state, congratulations, you're sitting on a goldmine. Center strike. Some 1998 D pennies were misaligned during minting, creating off-center strikes. Sometimes as much as 50% off. These coins can fetch hundreds or even thousands depending on how much detail remains visible. Clipped planchets. A few coins were struck on incomplete metal blanks, leaving crescent-shaped clips on the coin's edge. These clipped planchet errors are rare and highly collectible. Struck on foreign planchet. Imagine a U.S. penny struck on a blank meant for another country's coin. Yes, it happened. These mint mix-ups are extremely valuable, and 1998 D examples have sold for tens of thousands. Now, here's the part that makes every coin hunter's heart race: the average 1998 D Lincoln cent in circulated condition. Worth just 1 cent, but a 1998 D double die reverse in brilliant uncirculated condition has sold for upwards of $12,000. And if you're lucky enough to have a mint state 69 red certified 1998 D with 0 contact marks, perfect luster, and strong eye appeal, you might be looking at a market value of over $100,000 to $585,341, depending on collector demand and auction competition. Let me say that again: $585,341 for a 1998 D penny. It happened at major coin auctions like heritage auctions, where collectors bid relentlessly to get the finest known examples. These coins are rare because of survival rate, strike quality, and error type, and the best ones fetch record-breaking prices. So now you're probably wondering, do I have a treasure in my piggy bank? Here's how you can check. Look for the D mint mark under the date. That's the Denver issue. Use a 10x magnifier or loop to check the reverse lettering for signs of doubling. Check for any center strikes, clipped edges, or unusual thickness. Inspect color. Uncirculated coins have a beautiful red luster. The redder and shinier, the better. Send to PCGS or NGC for grading if you suspect high quality or an error. The small grading fee could lead to a six-figure reward. Part 6. Final thoughts. A penny that changed lives. What's the lesson here? Never underestimate the power of a single coin. The 1998 D Lincoln penny proves that history, rarity, error, and condition can turn something we overlook every day into a life-changing jackpot. That if you're a collector, keep hunting. That if you're new to coins, start now. It's never too late, and if you're just watching out of curiosity, don't forget to check your spare change. That dusty little penny could be worth more than your car, or even your house. Up, subscribe to USA Coin 1, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new episode. Drop a comment below if you've ever come across a rare penny. Who knows, maybe your story will be featured in our next video. And remember, coins tell stories. Coins hold history. And some coins hold fortune. This is USA Coin 1, and I'll see you in the next episode, where every cent counts. Today, we're diving deep into a tiny coin that millions have ignored, but a few lucky people found one, checked its value, and ended up with hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Yes, I'm talking about the 2000 D Lincoln Memorial Cent, a coin that many believe is worth just 1 cent, but hidden among ordinary pennies are those rare varieties that can be worth a fortune. So stay tuned, because this 1 cent piece could be the next $585,000 jackpot hiding in your pocket. Let's start from the beginning. The Lincoln cent was introduced in 1909, to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's face, Lincoln's dignified profile, designed by Victor David Brenner. For over a century, this penny has passed through the hands of millions, and some years, like the year 2000, carry hidden value waiting to be discovered. Now zoom in on the year 2000, an iconic time. The world was buzzing about Y2K, the internet was exploding, and the U.S. Mint? It was striking coins like never before. The Denver Mint, they produced over 8.5 billion Lincoln cents that year, yes, with a D mint mark right under the date, 2000 D. But don't let that huge number fool you, because within those billions of coins are rare errors, special dies, and high-grade examples that could make a coin worth not 1 cent, but over $500,000. The answer lies in 4 magical words: condition, rarity, errors, demand. Let's break them down. Most 2000 D pennies are beat up, worn out, and scratched from 20+ years of circulation, but a coin in MS67, MS68, or higher, that is, mint state condition, almost flawless, becomes incredibly valuable. Collectors and investors are willing to pay thousands just to own a pristine example. In fact, one 2000 D Lincoln cent graded MS68 red sold for over $5,000 at auction, and that's just for condition, no errors involved. Now here's where it gets even juicier. Some 2000 D cents were struck with center errors, die cracks, broad strikes, or even double dies, where the image is duplicated slightly due to die misalignment. These error coins are ultra rare, and collectors go wild for them. 1 off-center 2000 D penny recently sold $4,850. Another one with a bizarre die cap error, where the coin looks like a bottle cap, went for over $2,000. But here's the most shocking part: a unique high-grade 2000 D error penny, combined with a major strike misalignment and perfect red copper toning, was valued at over $585,000 by a private buyer in the collector's market. Yes, from 1 cent to $500,000. Let that sink in. Alright, let's get into the details that can make you money: die cracks or cuds, raised lines or blobs on the surface. So here's what you should do right now. watch the market. Prices are rising with the growth of online auctions and coin collector groups. And most importantly, subscribe to USA Coin 1, your #1 destination for coin values, discoveries, and hidden treasures in your pocket. 1. Where every coin has a story, and some stories are worth a fortune. Thanks for watching, and keep hunting those treasures.